Aren't you just an advisor here? Yeah, you know what? You need knocking down a peg or two. First, because you're too tall, and second, because you're a member of the Thalmor and just an advisor here. You have no place here. Neither does he, or neither does Inigo. But I'm not going to point that out to your face.
Technically, that is true, but I still report to the Aldmeri Dominion, and I cannot ignore this situation.
Okay.
Don't worry. You can return to your petty squabbles and meaningless research as soon as this matter is resolved.
Oh, just because you're out of place and an antagonist here at the college doesn't mean you have to be a giant arse about it. It is just mesmerizing, isn't it?
You are taking us somewhere warm, I trust.
We're in Winterhold. Warm doesn't enter into it. Ah dear, Tolfdir was right. There is something awfully alluring about this, which is kind of disturbing. It emits magicka, he says. The magicka we know and cherish? Or is it a different form? He couldn't identify whether it was Adric or Daedric, or he mentioned some other form of existence, some other plane.
Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons where the sun shines warmly, always.
You two are plotting, aren't you? You're trying to take me away from here. You're wanting to go somewhere warm, you mention elsewhere, you're just putting things into my head. And for a change, you're being the reasonable one. Anyway, you might have noticed that everyone's equipped a little differently. I've enchanted a circlet for J'zargo.
No one sneaks up on us. I'll smell them coming.
And I've made sure that he'll make full use of his magical capabilities. I haven't given any staffs yet because I want to see how he's going to do. Obviously with the kind of mod setup I have, it means he'll level with me. Now I mean his magical level with me. I want to see what kind of spells I can give him. He has firebolts at the minute. I believe in vanilla he just starts out with sparks and that's all he uses, even though he can get to quite higher level. So we'll see on that front. You'll see everyone's wearing the same cloak as well. We all have a bit of uniform in that respect, and I quite like it. I actually do. As for Karjo, I picked up this helmet on my travels, and I'm wondering. I'm just trying it out with him. I haven't ever put this on him before, but it's kind of warming to me. It's a white, sleek cloak. And it's got a little bit of white fur on the helmet too. You know what? It kind of suits you. Kind of does. Yeah, I'll warm to it, I think. I've also given him my orcish mace. So yeah. J'zargo's robes aren't currently armoured like mine are, but to make up for that, I've given him the Dawnguard, gauntlets and boots. Inigo is just exactly the same, with less in his inventory, so there should be no shuffling around into random pieces of attire anymore, hopefully. Anyway, I am astutely aware that there is quite a few quests in the College of Winterhold that I am yet to undertake. I haven't really been talking to my fellow wizards, have I? My fellow apprentices. Because, well, I have spoken to J'zargo, and I think there's one other person I've talked to. I talked to the librarian. But, like, no one else my level. I spoke to a Skyrim addict, I suppose. But it's not the same. I think after this, I should really ask around and see if there's anything, you know, something of a breakthrough on the lower level of, on my level of magical aptitude. See what the other students are up to, because I have been majorly neglecting my studies in favour of being elsewhere. It's not as if I've been absconding, it's more that I've been away from the college, doing, well, Savos Avron's work. Savos Avron, is that his name? Savos? I think so. But yes, anyway, before I tackle any of that, you might notice my carry weight now too. That's comfortably under now, though I would not be surprised if I made it up to that quite shortly. Anyway, I need to follow Ancarno, because while discussing the Sarthal orb with Tolfdir, Ancarno has interrupted and insisted I follow him. I do wonder what us four will be like in action.
If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming.
Let's go.
We will see.
Where are you?
Now, you are going to speak to this monk and find out why he is here, and then he will be removed from college grounds.
Can you remove a Sigic monk? Doesn't he just appear? There was a guard in Winterhold just outside who insisted he'd seen one, and the other guards were laughing off as some kind of skooma thing. This is all very strange. What? Forget it. Thank you guys, thank you. Are we doing your slow, predictable Thalmor walk now, are we? It's tough, dear. Not clocked onto us here yet. Is the Archmage's quarters? Did you do anything to summon him, or what? Oh my god, there's actual a Sigic monk in the flesh. How long ago did they disappear? Before the Dwemer, right? Or I need to get my dates right.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime.
I mean you no harm.
Several, if you're talented.
Hello.
It is good to meet you in person.
Oh, so it's you. Thank you, Savos. Now,
It is good to meet you in person.
okay, yes. Karanir? What did you do? Yeah. How strange. You have the same skin as a Dunmer, yet your eyes... oddly similar to mine, actually. The less said about that, the better. What did you do?
I've given us a chance to speak privately. But I'm afraid I can't do this for long. We must be brief. The situation here at your college is of dire importance. And attempts to contact you, as we have previously, have failed.
Well, sorry about
I believe
that.
it is due to the very source of our concern. This object, the Eye of Magnus, as your people have taken to calling it. The energy coming from it has prevented us from reaching you with the visions you have already seen. The longer it remains here, the more dangerous the situation becomes. And so I have come here personally to tell you it must be dealt with.
Dealt with? Yeah, if it is dangerous, then why don't you do something about it? You can appear and disappear at your own will, supposedly. Why don't you make that disappear if it's so damn important?
I'm afraid it's not that simple.
Go on.
You must understand the Sigic Order does not typically intervene directly in events.
Okay.
My presence here will be seen as an affront to some within the Order. As soon as we have finished, I will be leaving your college. I'm all too aware that my arrival has aroused suspicion, especially in Onkano, your Thalmor associate. Nevertheless, my order will not act directly. You must take it upon yourself to do so.
It's very convenient. Why should I trust you or your order? To be honest, the Thalmor guy at my back, who I conveniently can't look at right now, is the major concern out of how the Thalmor kind of work and function. Whereas you, I'm more inclined to trust you, but I still need to ask you the question regardless. You do. I've never... There's something very striking about you, and it is not just the robes, which I don't think I'll be able to procure, which is making me rather sad. It's the face. What race are you? Are you actually a high elf? You're tall enough to be a high elf. It's just you're looking more Dunmerish in the complexion. Maybe it's all the time you spent inside, right? No time in the sun. Although here in Winterhold, no one really spends time in the sun. It's so striking, though. I don't know what to make of that. Why should I trust you or your order? Just asking.
I presume you refer to Onkano's distaste for the Sigic Order.
Well...
The Thalmor see our order as a threat because we have power, and we will not allow them to control us.
Huh.
I assure you that we mean you no harm.
Sure, then. Should really tell it to the Empire. I'm sure that the Empire's been puppeted around. I remember at Helgen, who was there? The Thalmor ambassador, Ellenwyn, was that her name? With General Tullius as soon as I got into the gate? Yeah. I suppose they do like to have that indirect control, and they just don't have it here at the College of Winterhold. Well, they're trying to have it, and then the Sigic Order appears, and that's an organisation they cannot get any kind of grips into. Which, if I was working for the Thalmor, I would be very frustrated. You can understand their position, I suppose, without directly endorsing it. Yeah.
As you may have learned, this object, the Eye, is immensely powerful. The world is not ready for it. If it remains here, it will be misused. Indeed, many in the Order believe it has already. Rather, something will happen soon, something that cannot be avoided.
Cannot be avoided. I'll help, but I don't know what to do. Shall I offer that unconditionally? No, what do you expect from me? You don't want to move the Eye? How do we get it here in the first place? How do you expect me to move it out? Should I get a box?
We believe that your efforts should be directed towards dealing with the aftermath, but we cannot predict what that will be. I fear I have already overstepped the bounds of my order, but I will offer this. Seek out the Augur of Dunlane here in your college. His perception may be more coherent than ours.
The Augur of Dunlane? Who the hell is that?
He was once a student here at the college. Now he is something different.
Have I heard that name before?
I am unsure. He is somewhere within the college. Surely one of your colleagues must know his location. I am sorry I cannot provide you with further help, but this conversation requires a great deal of effort on my part. Now, I'm afraid I must leave you. We will continue to watch over you and guide you as best we can. It is within you to succeed. Never forget that.
Never.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Were you about to
what is
say
the meaning
something?
of this?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't understand.
Don't play coy. You asked to see a specific member of the college. Here he is. Now what is it that you want?
There's been a misunderstanding. Clearly, I should not be here. I shall simply take my leave.
What? What trickery is this? You're not going anywhere until I find out what you're up to.
I am not up to anything. I apologize if I have offended you in any way.
We will see about this.
I'm not sure what happened. A monk from the Sijic Order. Here after all these years, and then he just leaves. I hope we didn't offend him somehow.
No, you didn't. It's just rather cool. We just had our conversation in secret, didn't we? That's exactly what's just happened. That's cool, is that? That'll be the effect which I just had. Yeah, can you not sit in the Archmage's chair, please? I know it looks appealing, but for goodness sake, can you not? Ah. A man of similar tastes, I see.
The college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please, don't do anything to anger the locals. They don't need additional reasons to hate us.
Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunlane?
Has Tolfdir been telling stories again? I thought I made it quite clear that this was a subject inappropriate for conversation.
Uh-huh.
Please, don't allow him to continue to discuss the subject.
Noted. What did a Sijic want?
Beyond asking for you, he never said. Very strange indeed. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Dude, what are you doing? I don't want any of them to go up there and touch that, so you know what? We're getting out of here before something explodes, okay? Bloody hellfire. Anyway, I don't know, who should I go to talk to? Find the Augur of Dunlane. I suppose I could talk to Tolfdir, you'll probably know. But I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself as well. Before I go to Tolfdir, I should really talk to any other members I can find. If not only for their own tasks and quests, for, I don't know, Ormond.
No one's heard from the Physic Order in so many years. Hard to believe one would just suddenly show up here.
You were just about to mention something.
Yes, but it needs to be kept quiet.
Go on.
I may have entered into an agreement with Enther. He had something I needed, so I traded him something of mine. It was a mistake, and now I want back what I gave him. It's an amulet that belonged to my family, and I never should have given it to Enther. But he won't deal with me. Talk to him. See what it'll take to get my amulet back.
I see. That's really cool, is that? I got a lot to ask you. Can I know more about this amulet, please? Yeah.
I told you, it's from my family.
What kind of amulet is it?
I know they've always disapproved of what I wanted in life. To learn magic instead of becoming a farmer or a hunter. But no matter how poorly they may have treated me, they're still my family. I didn't consider that until after I made the trade.
And you're actually going to tell me something about this amulet, or do I have to go to Enthir himself?
It doesn't matter. It's also none of your concern. Just talk to him. See if you can convince him to give my amulet back.
You know, if I were less unreasonable, or if I were more unreasonable, I would not be doing this at all. Oh, can I talk to you first?
I'd better get going.
If you have a moment,
Oh, hang on.
could you help me with something?
Yes, but we need to... What do you need help with?
We're all trying to become better mages, right?
Yeah.
Well, I need someone I can practice a few spells on. Nothing dangerous, really. Would you be willing to assist me?
Inigo, you're up. What's in it for me?
Well, I simply thought you might wish to help out one of your fellow mages.
It's not as simple as that, is it?
That's not enough, I suppose. I have this amulet you could take.
Ooh. It isn't Onthier's... Onthier? Onmund's amulet, is it?
Oh, good. I was afraid I'd have to go ask J'zargo. Now, you just stand there. Please hold still, and
Let
don't
me
move.
give you some room.
No. What the...
Oh dear. That wasn't supposed to happen.
What have you done?
Do you feel all right? You look very, green.
Do... what?
I am so very sorry. I went over this again and again, and I was sure it would have better results.
Yes, tell me this isn't permanent.
It's not. It shouldn't be. You'll be back to normal in no time.
Define no time.
When you are, we can try this again, and I'll be sure to get it right.
Winterhold used to be full of dark elves. Well, Azura's shrine isn't too far away. It had to be erected sometime, so I suppose so, right? But you're gonna know more than me.
Didn't you know? Before the Oblivion Crisis, many elves called Winterhold their home. More visited the college from Morrowind every year. After, growing distrust of magic made life difficult for many. Some left rather than endure the growing hatred from the local Nords. Others returned home after the Red Year, when Vardenfell erupted and caused much destruction. Winterhold itself died in the years between then and now. What's left out there is a husk. Only the college really remains.
Guess so. Have you ever heard of the Augur of Dunline?
Huh? That sounds ominous. Are you getting yourself into even more trouble?
And what's that supposed to
Did you
mean?
ask Mirabelle? She runs things around here after all.
I think I should probably duck Mirabelle, actually. Yeah, I'll have an hour with you later.
Until next time.
Anyone else here who wants to ask me mysterious... Oh. Cast spells on me? As if you just ran off.
There was no chance to speak with the Sijic monk.
Oh, you'll get your time, mate. Do you want me to ask him a question next time? Write it down, put it on a postcard, you'll be fine. Where the hell am I gonna go now? Right. Wait for that spell to wear off. How long do I have to... I don't want to have to go to bed. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There's no one left in here, is there?
I'm going to start keeping a knife in my boot. Tired of getting disarmed.
You... Yeah, I don't need to talk to you. I just need to check up here first without falling off. I fall off every time I try to get up here. Right, I heard someone turning in a chair. You. Oh, it's Onmund. Who else? Can't see anything.
Get myself an island.
You and Gaja could probably get yourself, like, the same island. You both seem so insistent on getting an island.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand?
Have you made any progress with Shalador's work? I don't think I've given you enough time, but it's worth checking.
It's coming along slowly. I expect there will be some results soon.
Of Skyrim, the more empty
Right,
this
thank you very
place.
much. Bloody hell, look at this, is almost unbearable.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
Mirabelle,
If there are any problems, let me know. It's my job to keep things running smoothly.
I don't want to ask you. I want to go straight to Tolfdir. I don't want to betray him. But then again, you are about... Okay.
That's nothing you need to concern yourself with.
Knew it. Well, forget I asked, Mirabelle. Go on with whatever you were doing, okay? Yep, there you go. Fantastic. What else, Tolf, dear? The one man I can trust in this college, bar Jazago. Will he be in there? Well, actually, I need to find out. Find the Augur Dunlane. Enthir. Where the hell's Enthir? That's what I want to know. Where's he? He'll be in his own little residence hall, won't he? I don't know if he shares the same one as me. I don't know if he's in the Hall of Attainment. And how the hell are these residence halls, like, divided anyway? I don't get that. Oh my god, this is unbearable. Speak with Enthir. So he is in the same place. Very good. Oh my god. Do I need to sleep this? This is your doing this.
If you can spare the time.
Well, you still need some help. I need the help. Hang on. I hope Enthir's still here come the morning, because this is what I need to do. I need to have a lie down until forever. I think it wore off, don't you? Ugh.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
Sure. Your spell finally wore off, he says, all sleepy-eyed.
Exactly as I said it would. Now, are you ready to try again? I am confident it will work this time.
You're not even... One more chance, that's it. You know what, one more chance, yeah, go on then.
Good. It'll be worth it, I assure you. Okay, now don't move at all.
Can you not even tell me what the hell it's meant to do?
Oh my, that isn't right. Just wait. I can fix this.
Can you though?
Elsewhere.
Oh no, that's not it at all. Let me try again.
Don't make a giant.
This really isn't turning out the way I'd hoped. I'll get it right this time, I swear.
I said one more...
There. All better. Well, it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
I could not say it better myself.
Agreed. And thank you for your help. You're a good friend.
You say I'm a good friend, I say...
Until next time.
I never want to talk to you again. Go away. Okay. Where the hell's Enthir? Oh, is he not here? Oh, yeah. He's behind me. Is this the one? Is this where he is? I was not here.
I hope you will find a warmer welcome in your travels.
The hell is he? Is he upstairs? Found you. Sorry to wake you. Oh, he had a bag on his head. Get up.
Let me give you a bit of advice. If you want to work on something that's not officially allowed, don't tell anyone you're doing it.
Ooh, I love those robes.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
Yeah, I've met some people who have done that kind of thing in a college, and let's just say they're no longer in the college. At least under Savos Aaron, anyway. Have you heard of the Augur Dunlane?
Oh, no, that won't do at all. Not my problem, not even a little. Take it to Tolf, dear. He's supposed to be looking after you lot.
You're quite a senior mage, aren't we? What's not allowed here, in your words? You're, what, a master mage, an expert mage?
Purposely killing your fellow college members is a bad idea. I'd advise against it. Theft and assault can get you into trouble as well. As for research, well, a sufficient explanation will cover almost anything. If you're going to need live test subjects for your experiments, it's easier to do that off of college grounds.
Duly noted. I understand you have something of Onmund's and he wants it back.
Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he's sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said.
Nothing? There must be something I can do to change. Yeah, there must be. There must be, I suppose. This can go both ways. If I stand to gain off both of you, then fine.
Look how persistent you are. Charming, really.
I'll lay off it.
Onmund gave up the first time I said no, but not you. All right, I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. You following me?
To a T. What's your point?
You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now?
Don't tell me Onmund has it. You want let Onmund out of his trade, but you want out of your... Yeah, actually...
It's an entirely different situation.
Sure.
I don't expect you to comprehend the nuances of these matters. Regardless, I'm making you a very simple offer. You get me the staff, and I give you Onmund's precious amulet. Do we have a deal?
Yes, we do have a deal. So you want your staff back?
Yes. Thought we'd gotten past that bit already. Onmund's amulet in exchange for my staff.
Fine then, I'll get a staff for you.
Finally, we have an agreement.
Yeah, it took some
I
time.
look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact.
Where is it? Can we do business? What the hell do you have?
I hope you've got some coin.
Yeah, yeah. What do you have? What the hell are you selling?
Well, let's just take a look then.
Just spells? You have Daedra Heart. Oh, look at the value of those. Well, I suppose they are rather rare, even though I've already come across two. But, wow. That's quite something. What else can I get from you? Nothing. Some runes. Cast on nearby. You know, that ain't too bad. What's the scaling like on runes? Is it just one level of rune, or can you get like higher levels of it? Scroll of fast healing. I need to go to a restoration person. I need to do some better healing spells, can't I? I'd like to do some runes as well, although apparently I've already got a lightning rune. So, that's interesting.
All right, then.
Jesargo regrets there was no chance to speak with the Sijic monk.
Out of the way, boys, come on.
Careful.
Out of the way. Thank you very much. So, find the staff. It's down there. Conveniently close to Merlin's tower. And the golden amulet fragment for the third and final piece. Speaking to the Jarl, and it's also near Azura's star. So my next venture south, I suppose I could, you know, go east through west. Tying all that up, getting Azura's star, even going to the ruins there. Red Eagle's sword. Salmon the staff in Roykstead, although the less said about that the better, I think. I need to confront that when I'm feeling brave, and at the moment I'm rather not. There's also there. I need to pick out a sensible enough path, I think. Yes. Anyway, I have been neglecting Tolfdir, or asking about Tolfdir for far too long. Let's wash my hands. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you know what? Where the hell am I going to find Tolfdir? Where does he reside? Where's his place of residence? Is he in here at all? Sorry, it's you again. Does he... This is mine, isn't it? That's mine. There's still so much at this college which I still haven't seen yet, especially in the lower levels. A bunch of rather useful places, but I just haven't had the time to get there yet. Tolfdir, is he going to be in here running the classes? Yes, he is. Tolfdir, we need to have a chat, mate. You don't mind, do you?
Good to see Skyrim still has such...
Yeah, I've heard this one before. Have you heard of the Dawnguard online? No one's wanting to talk to me about it, and I have a feeling you're my last hope.
Well now, there's a name I haven't heard in some time. My goodness, it's been years since I've spoken with him. I suppose he's still down in the midden, but I haven't checked.
The midden?
Are you going to see him? Do tell him hello for me.
Oh, I like you, Tolfdir. I really, really, really do. You're the only one who's remotely reasonable or reckless, depending on how you look at things. Where is the midden?
Underneath the college. It's not the nicest place, so if you go down there, please, do be careful.
Oh, I was just speaking about what's under the college, but I was talking about other places. You look like you could use a hand? For what?
Well, yes. This is rather embarrassing, but it seems I've misplaced something. I can't find my alembic. I suppose I could use another one, but... well, it sounds silly, but mine has sentimental value.
Really?
If you happen to see it, would you mind bringing it to me?
If it's been dangled in my face, sure.
My alembic. I need it for some research and can't seem to find it.
That's fine. Right. Can you tell me more about the Dawnguard online, or do I need to go speak to that man in the midden?
Well, I suppose he wouldn't mind. It was all before my time, you understand. I've heard the story, same as anyone else. He was a brilliant student, an accomplished wizard, delved into magic in a way none had seen before. But I think he became too focused on just how much power he could acquire. That's what led to the accident.
Accidents? Does this have anything to do with the Great Collapse early in the 4th era, or am I reading too much into this?
Do you remember what I first told you? About how not being able to control magic could destroy you?
Yeah?
I didn't simply mean it could kill you. The Augur's accident is another very real type of a life destroyed. Well, it's been described as an accident. You can't imagine it was intentional. Something must have gone wrong. He ended up in the state he's in now, fused to the energies that flow through the college. I've never felt it appropriate to ask him about how that must feel. I suppose if he can feel well.
Okay. I'm not gonna ask him for water. So strange. Alteration. You know what I need to do? I need to get training in smithing. I need to find an amazing smith, save up a ton of money, and just, every time I see him, just put in a couple of hours with him, more than a couple of hours, and just get trained. Because I have improved a few things here and there, but in terms of making things, I'm not making armor for like mass distribution. I'd say the most armor crafting I might do is make armor for these guys as well as myself. That's it. Like what, 4 pieces of armor at most at a time?
If anyone sneaks up on us,
It just doesn't add up. I need to train it. I think I have to pay someone to help me rise through the ranks, because I think eventually, just a heavy armor, what are my options? Going up to Ebony? Daedric? I suppose that's what's on the table, but I mean, Dragonbone Daedric is level 90 smithing, I think. What am I now? 15? Yeah, 15. That's even having put a few things into smithing already. Yeah. Oh dear. So where should I go first? I feel as if I'm jumping the gun by going into the midden. Like I'm going to be tied into something, which may feel a bit strange. But do you know what? I may as well head down there. I may as well. Like, the other things I have to do are too far away. They're too far away. I have a bunch of other College of Winterhold related stuff to do, but it's on the other side of the frigging planet, so unless I go on a unannounced bar crawl, I'm not going up anywhere else anytime soon, am I? So I may as well head to the midden. The question is, though, where will I find it? There. This has to be it, right? The midden. Let's have something to eat before I head down. Some bread, baked potatoes, extremely thirsty. Some water, skin, tomato, well hydrated, fantastic. Let's go. Let's see what the midden has to offer. Anything of interest to me down here? How often do people from the college even go to the midden? Is it really just me? None of you guys are coming down? What? Hang on. Let me go find my compadres. Oi! Where are you lot? Lagging behind a bit, aren't you? Will you guys actually come down into the midden? I understand it might be a bit, like, claustrophobic with all of us, but I want to see if you actually do. You do. Right. This is rather interesting. What do I find down here? Like there, it's definitely College of Winterhold built into the cliffside, but in here, it's not an ancient Nordic place, is it? It's built, well, it's built in the same kind of architecture as, like, the undergrounds in Riften are built, although I only really saw the jail. I haven't been to the Ratways or anything like that, but strange. Will I need a light down here? Might be able to get away without one. Don't know for how long. I have no idea why I've drawn a sword. I've done it anyway. That looks sketch. What on earth happened here? Oh my god, that's beautiful. What is it? Is that ash which should have burnt out long ago? Embers from a time gone past? What's that? Is that where the Eye of Magnus is? I don't know where everything is in correlation to the others. I need this now. Right, much clearer. Doesn't look anywhere near as fantastic though. Does actually... I've got to do a lot of exploring of this place. I really am. The Hall of Countenance. So you can get down here from the Hall of Countenance, can you? I don't think I've been into the Hall of Countenance yet, but it's nice to know. And what the hell am I hearing? That sounds vaguely Dwemer-ish. A broom. What am I hearing? I can hear someone breathing. It's from there? Or down there? You have spells, don't you? I'm sure you have spells. If you don't, we'll sort something out, but I was assured, or I am assured, that you do have spells. If you don't, we can sort you out. The bloody hell is that? Oh, Dagger of Souls, I'll take that. Enchantment will be lovely. Who the hell was there? That's what it is. It's not nothing Dwemer-ish. It's an ice wraith. Jazargo, you got a firebolt for that, maybe? This is your yes, you do, mate. Go on, lay into it. Nice. Good to know. Good to know.
The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems.
I'd rather find out that you didn't have any spells in an environment like this, rather than, say, in the middle of a battle for our lives. Although, it may end up being that way, it just remains to be seen. Everything remains to be seen. It's the return of these kind of lights again, so what on earth is down here? Hang on. Sorry. I looked down here. No, it wasn't here. That was somewhere else. Right. There were those double doors, weren't there? How do they interlink? How do they link up? How does it make sense? Hopefully I'll find out. Oh. So you guys, come on, Three Musketeers, are probably wondering what this is. I can tell you, Merlin has one of these in his tower. It's a offering box, and if you put in the right kind of offerings, I think Daedra Heart is always a staple alongside some other stuff, you can produce some Daedric artifacts. But nothing specific and tied to any of the Daedra. It's more like Daedric armor or axes, weapons, that kind of thing. So it's not necessarily relevant to Merlin's quest, but it's nice to know. You also need a sigil stone on the Oblivion gates. Funny to see the Oblivion sigil there. But yes, you do need a sigil stone.
This will make Jazargo stand out as a mage. If anyone sneaks up on us, I'll smell them coming. Or I might not. We will see. Jazargo regrets there was no chance to speak with the Sijic monk.
I'm not that easily surprised anymore. Hang on a minute, is that an altar? An altar of what? I'll quickly scribble my progress and then do what I'm not supposed to. The ritual was performed after midnight in the light of the Revenant? What?
There is no need to push. Jazargo regrets there was no chance to speak with the Sijic.
Take that, thank you very much. What else is down here? Hey, look at this. I've forgotten the name of the man who's supposed to reside down here, but
A wise trader finds the
since it's a bit impersonal because I don't know his name, I don't feel that bad about taking all his stuff. I also don't know who the hell this guy is or what his nature is. Or what his form is. There's the dock. You coming down here or are we going up there? Thank you for your honest response. Okay. That's further into there. And also, because I just... The Winterhold Ruins? Lock requires a... Ooh. I'm definitely going back there once I procure a key. This is just... Right, yeah. Let's carry on, lads. The Midden Dark. Let's do this. Right, this looks more inhabited, I'd say. Amos. inhabited is very subjective, but the architecture's looking more natural, Winterhold-ish. I need to sort you out with a staff or something, don't I? Something to not make you running around like a boxer. Take it one level at a time. Let's not go skipping down for chests. What's up here? I hear skeletons and another wisp, maybe. I fancy a scrap, come on. Oh god, he got me. Didn't make the same mistake though. Are you guys here? Or did I zone too early again? I think I zoned too early. Unless they fell off the bridge. Where's Enigo? Did I just... No. Oh, this was a terrible idea. Oh, there he... Okay. Just a welfare check, nothing more. Check this side again and just follow it through to the end. You always get that weird feeling that you ended up going somewhere where you actually was supposed to go and therefore need to check the other passage. So this looks suitably none of my business, which is exactly why I need to be here.
Look upon us and see only thieves and smugglers.
Oh my god, what the hell is that? Hello, I'm interested. Relic ring finger. Oh my god, that looks awesome. Can't I just take the shrine? I don't think I put on here. Will I know what I want to put on there? Is there any kind of reading around? Give me the bloody... I tried to pick up the kettle, but obviously that just backfired. Creep cluster. Wraith teeth.
Something strange happens to Khajiit when they arrive in Skyrim.
Out of the way. The Midden incident report and a key. Is that the key for the missing students were found in the Midden this morning? Dead as expected. None of us bothered keeping a detect life charm for the search at this point. The bodies were found together, each suffering the same deformities. Peeled and bubbling skin on the arms and face. Conjurer's burn, as it's commonly referred to around the college, rather. There's little doubt they were attempting a summoning ritual well beyond their capabilities. Is that like the hand just there? Did it happen just there when I've been prodding it? Oh my god. The relic nearby put any doubt in this theory to rest. I admit I've never seen one like it. A large, segmented sculpture of a gauntlet. The Daedric sigil, that, emboldened upon the palm. Attempts to move it were in vain. I must show it to the Archmage Sedoff during his upcoming visit. Perhaps he will know more. While we couldn't move the relic, I was able to pry 4 rings from it. I'm sure there's a connection between them and the ritual the students were attempting. I'll store these in the Arcanium until we can consult with the Conjuration Master to learn more. I'm taking that. An investigator's key. Would that mean I'll be able to get access to those rings? And I'll be able to come down here in my own time and seek an artifact unbeknownst to the college. That's ideal. Hey! Now what next? What's here? There was, of course, that other passage I could have gone into. The light's gone. Oh, please don't let there's spiders. Yeah, there is. You gonna spit? Let me get you guys close enough. Soul claiming today. Website. Skeever tail in it. Oh my god. There's at least one more down here, isn't there? Now I'm paranoid about missing that other passage. I need more candlelight. Ooh, wrong key. There. It was there, wasn't it? Can't I just climb up? Maybe? Ah, I'll find it another time. To Sky... No. Although I am intrigued where that comes out. But first, I'll check all the interiors in here. Which means I have to double back on myself. And go to that original first passageway, which I didn't go into until this point. That explains the goat now. But you are very, very, very promising. Please to have found it. Ooh. One for later. Sweet roll for Inigo if he doesn't act up. And finally, the passage where I was supposed to go in the first place.
Your perseverance will only lead to disappointments. Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
That was very kind of you. The Augur of Dunlane. Can we commune? So you're the Augur of Dunlane?
I am that which you have been seeking.
Okay.
Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun.
What?
Those who have sent you have not told you what they seek. What you seek.
I was told to find... Yes, I was, but what the hell is it I'm seeking then?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter, and knowledge. You will not find it. The Thalmor sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
Ancano. I'm not the first to come see you, yeah. It's funny you mention that about knowledge, though. Knowledge is... There's a couple of facets to it. There's Hermaeus Mora is greatly associated with hoarding all the knowledge in the land, knowing absolutely everything, as if he has this proverbial library where everything and anything is stored, which is relevant or not even relevant. As long as it's a thing, he wants it and wants to devour it and store it. He wants to contain it all for himself. He doesn't want to share it. He wants to just hoard it all together. And in that aim, it's dead similar to Merlin's quest. Apart from, we're not just taking the knowledge on it. It's not even necessarily knowledge that we're seeking. We're just seeking artifacts, and if we need to learn things along the way to actually attain them, that's what we will do. But we're hoarding artifacts, Hermaeus Mora is hoarding knowledge. And in this world, of where everything's not necessarily physical, then I suppose we're kind of on the same proverbial page. Which is a very strange and uncomfortable realization. But maybe having that realization now whilst I'm in the college will make it easier to come to terms with in the future. Maybe.
calls himself Unkano, has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something.
Well, that's Merlin.
It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that could save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
Well, what do I need?
You, and those aiding you, wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff.
Mm-hmm.
Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center. So you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
But they cannot learn to be.
For some reason, I don't expect that Archmage will be very pleased with what I found. Certainly when I tried to talk to him about this in the first instance. Whoa. Where do I even start? It seems as if I say that all the bleeding time with this. First, I think 2 PM. I could do with waiting until the early hours actually to sneak into the Arcanium and get the rings I need to come back down here. Obviously there's a very pressing matter at hand, right? Of course there is. There's this here with the Augur of Dunlion and what he's just said about the Staff of Magnus. But by the same token, there is that Daedric artifact gauntlet upstairs, which frankly I find just as appealing.